It is a fact-finding agenda here on the show, and I'm going straight onto the phone line where Amebo Michael, who is a Ghana-based Nigerian promoter, is here to supply us with all the necessary information we need. Now, Mike, good morning. Hope you're good.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm good. You?
Thank you so much for responding to us here at Xylophone FM. Is Davido still in Ghana? Because I know you are part of the team handling his in and out activities here in the country. Is he still in Ghana or he's left?
Oh, yeah, he's still in Ghana.
Hello, can you check your phone for me? It's not very clear. I don't know if you're using
Yeah, he's still in Ghana.
He's still in Ghana?
Yeah.
Now, you've been in touch with my producer, Facebook Jata, about even getting Davido here in the studio, but I know because of his schedules, he couldn't make it. What is his main agenda in Ghana? What really brought him into our beautiful country?
One major thing I would say is just to promote some of his artists and to do some underground works. Yeah, especially Ayofe and the first lady who just got signed to the label.
He came to promote his artist and to do some underground works. And so far, has he started doing that promotion?
Oh, yeah.
He started?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it include media interviews, as in media tours?
Yeah, the artist Ayofe started the media tour last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Davido is not on any media tour.
Oh, Davido himself wouldn't be on any media tour?
No, not at all.
Oh, I see. Now, we've also seen him doing stuff with Stonebwoy. Is there a new song coming up for both of them?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Is it going to be a Stonebwoy song or a Davido song?
That's yet to be decided.
Say again?
That's yet to be decided.
Oh, that is yet. That is yet to be decided.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Whichever way it goes, I believe it is going to be a beautiful one. Now, Michael, as part of his activities here, I can see he is getting some bad PR alongside. And one story I've seen on a website called glintafrica.com says a fan narrates how Stonebwoy and Davido slapped him mercilessly for alleged leaking a song. I don't know if you guys have seen this story, or I don't know if you guys are aware. Did something or has something happened like this? A fan narrating or a fan saying that Stonebwoy and Davido beat him. Has there been a case like this?
No, not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge.
Yeah.
So have you also seen this fan narrating this particular scenario?
No.
You haven't seen it at all?
Yeah, but I think my attention was drawn to it this morning.
Your attention was drawn to it this morning. And is there anything like that? Is there any happening? Because I know Ghanaians love Davido, and they wouldn't want such a bad report to be coming out of him. I don't know what you can say in relation to this, since you are part of the team managing his affairs here in Ghana.
Same way you said Ghanaians love Davido, that's the same way the team loves the fans. So there's no there's no way you see your fan trying to support you or something, and all you do is beat him. That's not it. Yeah.
So are you saying this issue is total lie, like total lies? Are you saying there is no truth in this? Because there's even my good friend who said a video to support this claim.
There's a video to support.
There is a video to support this claim the fan is putting out.
Does the video show the beating?
No, not a video showing they beat him. A video of the fan reporting.
That's the fan report. The fans can see whatever they want to see. Or maybe there was beating that happened, or that was not part of the crew or anything, and you can't tell what the media, there are so many stories to tell on media. So there's no one that they can believe until you're maybe an eyewitness and there's an evidence to prove it.
Okay, so I want us to listen to this report, and let me find out if you are aware if something like this happened. So Mike, just be on the line for me. Let's listen to this, please.
The video was seen on I think circulating on Instagram with my face in it. And what happened was, at the get together which I'm talking about that took place at Davido's apartment, some boys bouncer came to call me to the balcony to ask me some questions. And when we got to the balcony, he started slapping me, and I asked why. So he showed me a video on Instagram asking who posted it and why I shared the video. And then I explained, saying I never posted anything or shared any video. And from there, some boy came in and slapped me, and then David also came and slapping me with the whole thing. I was beaten mercilessly. If you can see my face, by Stoneboy.
So, Mike, I believe you heard the voice clearly.
Yeah, I did.
What was there a get together in Davido's apartment in Ghana?
What happened was,
Hello?
No.
There wasn't any get together at all.
No.
Wow. I see. So there hasn't been any occasion where Stoneboy, Davido, and some people came together for any gathering of a sort. There hasn't been any event occasion like that at all.
No, that was just the recording.
That was during the recording. Hello, Mike. That was during the recording.
That was a recording section.
Were you there yourself?
Yeah.
Were you there yourself?
At the recording section.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't there. I was on maybe around to kind of
Oh, you were at another place. Okay, maybe that is how come you don't know about it. Since you don't know and you are telling us nothing happened, I'm sure we can end it here. But there is this report that is out already. I thought as the guy handling his affairs in Ghana, maybe you had a knowledge of it for us to know what really transpired. But since you are claiming you don't know, I'm sure we can end it here. Is that okay?
What's it about this? You know what?
Is it about what?
The bit of the guy, or
yes, it is part of the discussion I want us to have. If only you have information about that, but if you don't have, we can surely end it here.
Because okay, no problem.
Because what? You want to say something?
Because every information that happened, I have a back of everything.
Every information that happened there, you have knowledge about that. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened? What happened there? Share with us what happened there.
It was just a recording section. Everybody came. Those that had businesses to do, they came through, and it was a successful recording. So there was no time of violence or picking up somebody, because I don't see why even anybody that has access to the apartment is a family.
So you think this guy whose voice we just heard is telling lies? Is that what you want to say?
I really want to know who the guy is and how he has access to those apartments. That's the first question you have to ask him.
Okay. All right. I'm sure we can end it here. Thank you so much, Mebo Michael, for talking to us. He is a Ghana-based Nigerian promoter, obviously doing his work as a promoter. DJ Sticker, let's listen to what the guy said again, and the fact that Mebo says, no, nothing happened. So who is this guy telling lies to disgrace Davido and maybe our Stoneboy as well?
The video was seen on I think circulating on Instagram with my face in it. And what happened was, at the get together which I'm talking about that took place at Davido's apartment, some boys bouncer came to call me to the balcony to ask me some questions. And when we got to the balcony, he started slapping me, and I asked why. So he showed me a video on Instagram asking who posted it and why I shared the video. And then I explained, saying I never posted anything or shared any video. And from there, some boy came in and slapped me, and then David also came and slapping me with the whole thing. I was beaten mercilessly. If you can see my face. But
okay. Ricky, what have you learned from this interaction with the guy?
Serve God diligently.
to serve God diligently with all your might.
You understand, for him to come on air and say that, oh yeah, now Davido slap him now, the guy, the foolish guy, Davido slap him now. On to me Bekasa. You know, so I think, but for me, I think he shouldn't have even answered the call at all. You know, sometimes it's disrespectful.
Exactly. If you were not ready to discuss it,
you don't.
Because if you come, we will ask the questions.
Yeah. So I think maybe off record you can share that Charlie, this and this and this be what happen. We want you guys to protect politics now. Graham Penno, politics. Say Charlie, it happened, but I beg you, we need you guys to protect. Our boy and ABCD. But I think it's about time that our artists understand how the working spaces, who they actually surround themselves around, and then save themselves from this trouble. But I want to speak to the guy the guy who was actually attacked.
No, we are all looking for him. We are all looking for him. Unfortunately,
we need to clear, or we need to get rid of this canker, this habit of artists always feeling like they deserve more in terms of even when they treat people unfairly. Let's be real that if this had happened to an artist, if a fan had done this to an artist, it would have been a different issue. If someone had actually attacked him like that, and can be a different issue. So sometimes some of us we like to call to order some of the actions of these artists. So I think it's about time we look for the guy, find him, and then make sure that we also fight for these fans, because they actually make your music what it is. Without the fans, your music won't get to this far. So we need to also put these artists on their
but can we say sometimes some of the fans also overreact? So for instance, if you come to a recording session, or you come to even where we are shooting a video, and you've not been permitted, because you want to belong, because you want to feel like, I was there some, you rush to put out a document or an information. Can we also blame the fan in a way?
Yeah, you can blame the fans, but that is why it is also your responsibility to do more as a brand, or as somebody who is actually organizing something. It's like the law. They tell you that don't cross Onam Circular. They've barricaded the place and they've given you a walkway, or how do you call it, zebra crossing, that you need to cross at this side. But police authorities ain't know how to observe. Be read from the other side. Sometimes they even put a wire mesh. Before you come back the next day, and they are going through it is also your responsibility. That's why when
the Kaneshi highway is a critical example.
They break the laws all the time, so it's also your responsibility that sometimes when you are shooting a music video, you make sure that no phones are allowed, because once you see
but if it is an outdoor kind of shoot, yes, for your crew, you can tell them no phones are allowed. But how about the onlookers? The onlookers, how do you stop them? Because for instance, if they are partner, they say, this is a Davido, this is a Stonebwoy, and the presence of these guys, they come with some one or two emotional, and
I don't know how you need passers by at your event. I don't know.
It's not about needing them. So for instance, on the streets, just on our streets, as in Xylophone Street, if you are even passing and you see a Davido with camera, Stonebwoy, you pause. Even if you are driving, you pause a while to look at what really is happening. Sometimes and there is that guy who has nothing doing. Maybe you are going somewhere with time. There's that guy, Davido is Stonebwoy. He'll pick his phone to record. I saw them. I was there, some that kind of thing. So the issue is some way, if you are handling it, there is this video of a fan who was also trying to take a video of Davido, and Davido hit him with his phone. I hear it happened in Nigeria though. That one did not happen in Ghana. But it's such a case, for instance. How are you going to blame the fan or blame Davido?
No,
because there was one guy, if you look at the video carefully, there was one guy Davido stood for him. So the guy was doing the selfie thing with Davido. And the other guy came from nowhere. He also brought his phone, coming to do selfie. The next time was a pine.
For that particular video, you see, artists are also human beings. We need to respect that. They have emotions. They will react to certain incidents. So we need to also understand that. With that video I saw, of course, he's going somewhere, politely you are supposed to reach out and tell him that, Charlie, I want to take a picture with you. But once you go out of your way to sneak in and take a picture, because I also, I actually thought he was trying to steal the other phone. That's how I saw it too. Because there was one phone that the guy was holding like this. Meanwhile, somebody in hand where the video hit him. So in my mind, how I saw the video was like, no, so we are our phone. You get it? Yeah, that's how I saw it.
Oh, me. It was a selfie he wanted. Yeah, it was clear selfie. It was a selfie he wanted.
I thought he wanted to actually pick the other phone because he was from the back and watching inside. I don't know if the one he was in black now. Yeah. That's how I saw it. You get it? Maybe.
So you saw it to be pickpocketing, eh?
Yes, I saw it to be someone who was trying to take somebody's phone because we say So and just as I thought too, Davido could have thought the same. So he was actually hitting the guy's hand from grabbing the phone. So I think it is not all the time. I like to analyze the case well based on the incident and per what just happened. I think I'll blame.
Oh really? I've seen the video again.
Then they can't steal the phone.
I've seen the video again.
Me, that's how I saw me. Who say a selfie? Me who said no be we have phone no. So these things like this, the artists will react. Sometimes they go on stage and people are trying to put their hands in their pockets.
So at that point, where was the bodyguard that the artist rather reacted?
And not make canon. You see, that's where the whole structure needs to come in. But sometimes, like I'm saying, Brasami, enye de bia na obenyane right. Once a while, Charlie, something go off small. So me, I like to analyze it based on case by case study. Like this incident, like this one, it was criminal on the guy's part to have even
shared,
to record the thing and share. And on the part of the security personnel too, it was wrong for him to have actually approached. It was wrong.
Oh, and now you guys are confused.
Can it be put on the screen?
Now you guys are selfie me.
The guy that can't take selfie.
Someone says.
Yeah, it's true.
It is selfie.
Yeah,
but the guy
from the beginning of the video, it was the guy's.
But the guy's not having a phone in the hand.
No, he was.
But no, they are showing
from the beginning. Watch something on. From the beginning, it was the guy's hand that you see. It was the guy's hand with the purple phone or something like that. It was the guy's hand. Then they hit the phone from his hand. Yeah, it was the guy's hand.
Okay, I'm sure you are done. Tilly. So we are still talking about artist security and what the fan is saying that he was attacked. Though that story we are yet to confirm because of what the guy, the rep, is also telling us. On the other hand, yes, Tilly.
I'm miserable. I don't think I'll base my submission more on what the guy is saying because now there are two
Which
stories.
Of the guys?
The two stories.
Okay.
Because it's your word against mine.
Exactly.
What's the what is the proof that I'm born? Unless there's some video.
No, but in this case, the rep for the video, the one we spoke to, we cannot also even use his narration to be part of even this discussion.
Because he wasn't even there.
According to him, and if it had been maybe a Stone Boy or a Davido or the so-called bodyguard who says no, nothing happened, then we can believe nothing happened.
Now, but the video that the guy posted that he got slaps now, was it when they were in their chenku? Or it was
No, he described it as a house party.
You see, which means that it was cause according to him there was no party. It was the recording session, which means it's somebody.
No. That information we cannot trust that.
So that one too was wrong.
Judge from what?
That's what
public.
he says. So
we
don't know.
Videos issue are different. From public issue, no.
Yeah, but I think talking about security, artists attacking when their security is around and all of those things, it's kind of interesting because for me I feel that when you step out as an artist or even as a celebrity or somebody people might want to see and want to probably touch you, when you go out with your security, your ultimate protection lies on you because they can protect you as far as they see the danger. if they don't see, obi betima the chair be bo was now bodyguard me na mountain. They might not. They didn't see.
Then it means they are not experts.
No, but that's the point.
Yes.
They are not omnipresent.
You see the security guys around presidents when they move out. There is no way one can get closer to him without them detecting.
Yes, but Mr. Ban artist no.
There is this video out where a guy Obama, I think Donald Trump, he was on a platform talking and someone shouted Allahu Akbar from behind. Before he Trump would turn, the security guys had taken cover. They had taken cover long time. Then the Trump was like,
but you see, there are also people who were airtight security, and then they still got hit.
They shot Kennedy,
yes,
guys. I mean,
because
they still shot Kennedy.
Yes, so it's how far they see the danger that they can stop it before even the person they are trying to attack sees it. And I think in some cases too, some artists will want to rather take the initiative and throw their hands because sometimes they feel they can get off the hook easily than their security person taking the shot. Because if I say obi aya dey na say me hwe na me na me etil na me celeb me bowa madam 2 days na me security guy bowa jam obedem for life. I'll rather take this one hit you, take the 2 days, get off the hook rather than making my, because no matter what, the person is associated with me, the brand. Maybe because of my popularity, I have some form of protection. Maybe I have some friendship somewhere, some links when I can get off the hook easily, but maybe it can't extend to my security guy. So then Onobe tried to take the initiative first. And you see this video with the video and artists and people. Let me give you a very typical example of what happens that people may not be aware of. Some artists are assigned to particular brands that they cannot be seen anywhere near any kind of brand. Let me give you a typical example. Wizkid, this one I was even Tosca's story. Wizkid came to Ghana for Afro Nation, and then he was signed with Pepsi. Now, before you enter their room to serve them any drink, Coke, remove it, pour it in bottles before you bring it there. Kwame Yuji was signed with Itel, and then he went for a show in Nigeria only for them to be seeing techno things around. So they had to. Okay, so now they had to go there and see. My boss say, they were hitting people's phones down because he cannot be seen associated or in a picture. Not I tell another brand be Bonechi. So this thing, it could even be a typical case of something that conflicts. Phone on who you know now, maybe a reactive fact. It could be a typical case, though. Very typical case, because some people have acted or they have their team dropping certain phones because of the kind of brand.
Same way, these people know they are ambassadors for Technos and they are using iPhones.
But you see, they won't let it show because then on one way
mistakenly it shows sometimes.
Yeah, Mr. Bamifa,
we've seen some of them.
A stone boy or a Techno ambassador. It's say now say obi the iPhone. I'm for the cameras now. Or iPhone no traffic. You get it? So sometimes they are just drastic. But come on, it is human relation. I just feel that these artists too, they are human beings, and let's just be realistic. Some fans too, but like serious. I'm not.
You mean they deserve?
They deserve. You get it? I'm not.
Why do you think they deserve?
No, because you know some fans, out of the frenzy and the craze, they've actually hurt the stars that they say they love. Yeah, they've hurt them. My people create prepras severely because partner with Prano. So these people, I think at a point in time, we can pardon the artists. I'm not saying any form of violence, and it even breaks my heart that it is Stonebwoy again. Say Stonebwoy now, basically Stonebwoy Punanu boom. I don't understand. It saddens my heart, but I think that this story is not clear enough to make any formal judgment on it. Say, and now where you say where I nyade. That is why this conversation is quite dicey for me. Right?
Okay, thank you so much, Tilly Akianipa. Let me go on to Ni. Let's get your opinion on this.
I'll talk about two.
But let me read this message from Edem Chatome. He says, Ohini, Have you noticed that anytime Davido comes to Ghana, there is a negative story surrounding him, which makes him get into the mainstream media indirectly? Is it their plan to get negative news by all means? Remember, there was a time he came to Ghana and there were reports that someone stole his watch. The person actually took the watch from his wrist. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember this. I think somewhere will sue one of the nightclubs or so. So maybe, Adam, what you've said is also something we can consider. Yes, any?
I'll take it from two sides. And first, the security. And security here, I'm speaking of. In fact, I'm speaking about the guy's video about he being hit by Stonebwoy and the rest and all that. Now, from the look of things, it looks like the event or the recording session or whatever that the guy was present was an indoor thing. You understand? So the security I'm talking about here has got to do with the music security. Now, when you look at the kind of conversations that Shatta Wale had with Beyonce and her people, you will notice that this conversation have been going on for a very long time before finally the whole world got to hear about that project. Nonetheless, we never saw any hint or whatsoever of Shatta posting, tweeting something like that is about to happen and all that. It means that the kind of conversations that they had, the kind of contract that they signed, it was preventing Shatta from actually doing certain things and leaking certain informations for people to know that this is happening, that is happening.
That's
Anything
true.
at all that was going to be put out there was put out there by Beyonce herself. If the world wanted to know anything about that
collaboration
album, it was always Beyonce and her team
leading the
no
conversation.
featured artist or producer or whoever. In fact, no one put anything out there. So if you're actually having such an environment where you're having people in there to actually come and witness or whatsoever, whether they are part of your team or they are not part of your team, there are certain rules and regulations that you needed to put out there. That, look, guys, everybody for here, no phones allowed. Everybody will drop their phones. Everything that you need to do it. If not, let everybody go out and have your private studio recording like you would normally do. You understand? But as long as you're having people over there, you should take these kinds of securities very, very important, because you don't know who's going to leak what. In fact, I saw the videos that Stonebwoy himself posted, and the sounds were off. You see them bouncing and everything, but I can't hear anything.
True.
You understand? I think this morning, so I saw Sarkodie also post something about some sessions with himself, Kim Promise, Joey B, all those boys in there. You can see them bouncing, but you hear no sound.
Was off. Yeah,
the only time you hear a sound was when they were playing a regular song that they were all bouncing to. But when the sessions proper were happening, you will not hear any sound and all that. You understand? So from their side, they are trying as much as possible to keep the security, but you don't know who else is there who will not keep that security. So you need to make sure that these things are very are actually done right. And the second bit is on Stonebwoy. You see, my issue is that I'm beginning to become a bit worried for him. You understand? Because it looks like what has been happening to him all these years, it's like instead of the people around him helping him to become what the world know him as, because you put yourself out there that I am white. You understand? Now, no matter the color that you are, as long as the whole world knows that you are white, at least you need to make efforts to turn yourself into that same color, white. You understand? So that the people helping you to look like white, whether they are there or not, you have at least learned how to become white. So when they are gone, you can still be white. You understand? And it looks more like people have helped him to put up a certain beautiful, in fact, a very beautiful image in the sight of everybody else. You understand? And gradually, these things are beginning to fade off. Today Stonebwoy do this, today Stonebwoy do that. You go slap somebody, you go do this, you go do that. Right now, it's beginning to tarnish that beautiful image he put out there. Shatta there, no like problem. He tell you say he crazy already. So if you do, you know go shock. You understand? Shatta's, in fact, we also saw Shatta slapping his bodyguard on stage. Nobody shock. You understand? But if Stonebwoy should do this,
that guy who was in that mask. Yeah, I remember. The slap even removed the
Yeah. You understand? Nobody go shock.
Oh, later he bought a motorbike for him.
Motorbike even for the guy.
Yeah,
You know that.
to appreciate him for enduring the beautiful
You
slaps.
see, but if it was stone, it could become a huge issue. You understand? So all I'm saying is that some of us who know him personally, like even before everybody got to know Stonebwoy and all that, we all knew that Charlie temper small day. You understand? So I would advise that Charlie, you should seek some form of help. You understand? Because you don't know where it will land you.
Okay.
We have our brother, our father, G-Man, who ended up in jail all because of temper. You understand?
Thank you so much, Niso. Finally, let me go to Yao Gray. Today, we also get time to do some calls. So get ready to be part of the discussion. After this, I have something to ask you, Ricky, finally, and we will activate the phone lines. Yes.
Okay, bro. Like, if you ask me, all I'll say is I can't really say much because there's not really a fact. Boy, now I can see abono no say we find the try. Say so throw we find the BI.
Oh, video no ho na ni ma abakakra.
Yeah, no dia. Ebi so an here the one no.
Oh, na ni ma abakakra fine.
And yeah, with me if me joining I think no matter how Stonebwoy's temper or whatever, at that particular time I see him say Obedwin twice, because to hit the guy, slap him, do whatever you want, and still leave and make it go. Because me, my boss to no, my BBA, my year with them who are my patch on yesterday. Mama one who say many abre. Na me wia me answer my cyber level. You get me? So Ninjini say gidi no obono na pam. You have the right to be Charlie, make it come. Because
yeah, in case you've not seen the video, it's on the screen. Look at him.
My boys be goofy on when to say you. Hey, say normal, yeah the way.
Hey, yeah, agree. You're a rookie.
So I believe, sir, until sir Onumuna Kasano ebe stand up and really take it to the next level that will make us really believe say he was touched. Because if really they touched him, Stonebwoy and Davido is wrong. Even if someone say there, no matter how they are wrong just for touching him. But you know, for where I come from and my mind and how I know street, for it not to get here, you touch and finish, you go feel make up the matter for the same place. Charlie, big deal be watch no, but
we can solve it.
Yeah, and you know, say when to me a manner and pass our bone, no, what Johnny say, pa my boy, no, I didn't say benante dia, and yeah. Uncle back to the street code, no who said
they play slow. They play slow. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, great.